Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's been a while. We took a little break from videos, but today we're going back to 5 mixdown tips. This is part 4 in our little mixdown series, and we hope to keep doing more for you all. So, tip number 1 is when you're panning instruments, the human ear could only really keep track of like 5 instruments max. So, just keep that in mind when you're panning stuff around. Yeah, go ahead and pan like a synth or guitar or something to the right, and then your drums or something. Maybe you want the cymbal to the left, or maybe you just want them all the way in stereo. When you're layering a snare, maybe you have one all the way mono, one little bit pan left, maybe one pan right, but they're gonna sound as one. They're not gonna be able to hear, okay, the snare's center, that's left, that's right. It's gonna just blend as one noise hitting, which is what you want. You want them to blend together and make one full sound, but then they'll be able to hear the synth or guitar or whatever you pan to the right, and then maybe the cymbal is just up over here to the left, and they'll be able to keep track of that. But when you're layering stuff, it kind of want it to blend and make one full sound, and that's what it's going to do. So that's kind of helps you that they can't keep track of all these pan things. It helps, layering stuff mold into one sound. Next little tip I have for you guys to make your mix downs masters just pop that much more is to automate your stereo image. When you're going up buildups and stuff, kind of just pull in the stereo image, get it tighter, 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 and then all of a sudden release it on the drop. It's going to sound big, it's going to sound full, it's going to sound super wide, and that's just a little trick. Not so much mix down tip, even though you would be doing it in the mix down stage, but overall it's a tip to just make your whole song more impactful, and that goes with the volume automation and all that stuff. Go ahead and automate little changes here and there, and then let it all out right at the drop. But don't be too dramatic where it just blows their ears out and they have to go turn the volume knob down. Another tip I like to do is I'll drive my sends, so like everything I'm sending out or return tracks. So say we're driving these. I like to drive them extra hard, so I could really hear it and hear what it's doing. And then when it comes down to mixing and stuff, I'll just come in here and turn these down. And I feel like you get a better sound out of the returns because they're not just like faint and quiet and stuff, but they're more there. Like you sent it really hard. The full return track is playing, and it's not just weak. It has power behind it, and then you could go ahead and turn it down and layer it in under your main sound. That's my tip for you with those. Another quick tip is just when you're doing your mix downs, make sure like the kick and snare are usually the loudest in the mix down stage, and then when you go into the mastering stage, tame those peaks a little bit, kind of evens things out, but then that keeps the kick and snare still punchy on top because you had that transient higher than the rest of the song. Now, if you're getting the tightest mix possible, you're going to want to just get things how you want them, try to layer up everything as perfect as possible. And then in the mastering stage, you're doing just a little volume automation, a little bit of clipping to catch any crazy peak transients, and then it just levels out your song. You can't get so detailed in that stage, and you have to bounce it out and then remaster and everything because of CPU. Just make sure your kick and snare is a little louder than the rest of it. That way when you go into mastering and you do the limiter and stuff like that, compression, it's going to still have them sitting on top, and they're not going to get buried in the rest of the song. Also, with the kick and snare, make sure they're in key. They don't have to be the root note, but just make sure they're in the scale of the song because they won't blend as well, they won't punch as well because they're fighting the other sounds, and then they're getting lost and there's phasing happening and stuff. So just pitch them up a semitone, down a semitone, a few cents or something when you're in. Let me put a sample in real quick. So you're transposing it right here, but if you go into just a sample, you'll be able to do the cents right here, and as well as the transpose too. So pitch it up one, pitch it down one, mess with a few cents here and there, and just really listen and see when it just really hits with the song and it's not really fighting anything. Those are my 5 mixdown tips for you in this part 4 of this mixdown series. Again, once we have another list of 5, we'll go ahead and film part 4. As always, thanks for watching. We're going to be filming a lot more videos, so keep subscribing, keep checking our feed, and like this and comment what videos you would like to see in the future and what you don't like and what you like from these. We're going to start developing a more consistent basis again. We had to take a little break, get our heads straight, and we're back. We're filming. It's going to be 2 videos a week and a live stream. That's our goal. So 3 video contents a week. The live streams are going to be at least an hour long, and these videos, tips, sound design, whatever we feel like we need to present to you guys for that week, we will do it. Again, thanks for watching. Peace.